to AmandaMuse. I'm Amanda, and today I'm going to show you how I am adding some texture and some wave to my short pixie grow out, and also how I do my makeup for an evening out. And this is kind of like my go-to look at the moment. Evening out, day out, whatever, this is my face and this is what I'm working with. With the fall, I tend to stick with neutral colors. In the summer, I tend to stick to neutral colors. This is kind of my go-to makeup, and so this is makeup for an everyday woman, very applicable for daytime in the office or out for coffee with friends, or even an evening out with like your dad that I'm doing tonight with my dad. So let's do it. If you're new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I put out videos twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, and then on Thursdays, I have a podcast, The Sandwich, that goes live, and we talk about all sorts of delicious things because sandwiches are awesome. Yes, Bob? All right, let's jump into this video. I'm gonna start with my hair, and then we'll jump to some makeup. So we're gonna curl my hair, and I'm gonna be using this curling wand. This is from Numi. Got this years ago. Came with this little glove. Very handy when you're doing your hair. And am I a hair professional? No. Do I do this often? No. But all I'm gonna do is just add a little bit of wave in there. I find because I'm growing out my pixie, it's a little bit like long around the ears, and I want it back. I find it adds a little bit more youthfulness to the look, and it just helps with the grow out process. It takes forever. So I have missed a pixie cut recently, and I'm just like, girl, we can do this. So I'm gonna add some wave where it kind of sits back on my face, and maybe this part might come in the front. We'll see. But I add curls as I go, just kind of all around, and then I fix it afterwards. So that's my go-to. I blow dried it like an hour ago. Let's do it. I usually have my curls coming down this way, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just kind of change the part as you do with short hair, and we're getting there, guys. We're aiming for a little bob. One day I'll get there. And one thing I try to do is kind of curl one way and then curl the other way. I think it adds a nice movement and texture to the hair, whoop, that makes it feel a little bit more, like, not that it's real curls, but you know what I mean. Looks a little less artificial, and I like that kind of free movement that goes on. Okay, so what I do is I get to this point, which is like, what has happened? And I just added like wave and texture everywhere, and sometimes the ends get a little bit crazy. So I take a mirror and I check the back of my head and go like, what's happened? With a pixie, it's hard, man. It's hard to get those short little ends curled. You're not always gonna get like a curl, but you want a little movement and a little bit of volume. I take my very fancy mirror here, and I just kind of look in the back. Yeah, you're gonna see some movement, like there's some spots missing, and I try to fill in the gaps. So like right there's a spot. You know how it goes, right? And I never quite know what the outcome is gonna be. I just sort of like I think these ends could be a little bit more curled, you know what I mean? And what's nice about the wand is it does let you get those tighter curls at the top, which is kind of fun, where when you have like a barrel curling iron, they're bigger at the bottom, right? Like the bigger, it's like the whole thing is that size. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this for now, and I'm gonna start my makeup, and then I'll come back and finish the hair. All right, so I'm starting with a Smashbox primer. This is the Photo Finish Primer, and I have already done my skincare for the day, but this is like a nice moisturizer and primer in one. It makes all the difference. Like, my skin feels so smooth right now. It makes all the difference when you have nice skincare before you apply your makeup. Like, if you find you're adding your foundation and your skin is quite flaky, you wanna look at your skincare. It might not be the makeup. I'm currently using Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, and this is Intensity 2.0. I quite like it. Some people use this as more of like a summer makeup, but I find, I don't know, I don't really have, like, I get the odd blemish, but nothing where I feel like I need super coverage. And this, of course, is a very dirty beauty blender. One of the blue ones. I do have a new one laying around here. I should have used that. For concealer, this is a newer one for me. This is the Estee Lauder. It's actually part of the Double Wear line as well. And this is in 2C. I just go over any blemishes I may have. My skin has been behaving, you guys. I have been very good about my skincare routine, which I'll have to share with you an updated version, because let me tell you, I went like all gonna say Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't know where that reference came from, but I just really upped my game, and I actually had some like medication style, prescription style stuff that I went on, and it's making all the difference. Not prescription, topical prescription. And tonight I'm actually going out for dinner with my dad. He's had this like event in my town for a little while, and I was like, yeah, I'll come. It's kind of a crazy week to be doing it like a dinner midweek, but I'm actually really looking forward to a meal that I don't have to cook because Dean is still away. And a lot of this you've seen before. I mean, once you find something that works, it's hard to switch from it, you know? Next, I'm using the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian clay. It's like a pressed powder. And I mean, I have hit pan. But it's great. I like setting my makeup. I sometimes get a little shiny through the T-zone. And so this is a nice way to eliminate that kind of, that shine. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I'm going to be using this Ambient Lighting it's called Lighting Bronzer from Ambient. What? Hourglass. Okay, I'm gonna get the words right eventually. It's very pretty. It is very shiny though. So you just need, I like to take a big fluffy brush and kind of go where I would with bronzer, but it is like a highlighting bronzer. So let me tell ya, you sparkle with this. Next is eyebrows, and this is the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. I love this. There's lots of dupes, but I like, with makeup, sometimes I like to spend a little more. Sometimes I spend a little less, it all depends. So I brush out the eyebrows first. As you know, I kind of just leave my eyebrows alone. Brush them out, fill in the gaps, extend a little bit past where they kind of naturally go, and that's it. I can't fight my love for Tarte. So this is a palette I've had for a long time. I've hit pan in a bunch of it. This is the Classic Courage, but I'm sure a lot of these colors you can kind of find on their own. You can see there's like two I just go to like crazy. And it's very neutral, and that's what I'm gonna use tonight. I have not bought any new eyeshadow in a while, so we're just gonna go with what I got here. So I start with Rosy Outlook, which is like the light pink, and I just dust that over the eyelid, kind of everywhere. It's like a nice frosty neutral pink. I'm very much mimicking a lot of the makeup that I did, or the makeup that I did for the fall haul video, which a lot of you were like, what makeup are you using? One tip you could do is to actually do your eyeshadow before you do your base, which is kind of what I probably should have done, but I get into a habit and then I forget. But I'm gonna take some tissue paper and just kind of put it under my eye to prevent fallout, because I do take this one called Lucky Penny, which is a little bit darker, and I just kind of dust it along a little bit lower, a little bit on the top, and try to pull it out a bit to add a little dimension. Take a little blending brush and just kind of blend that out a little bit, add a little, just kind of pull the eyeshadow out. I find sometimes I can let the eyeshadow sort of just stay too close to the, like too close on the lid, so you don't see it when your eyes open. And I mean, geez, you're spending all this time, you might as well see the makeup you're doing. Then I take this teeny tiny little brush, just this little guy, and I add a little bit of the dark, this is called Trailblazer, basically just a dark brown. And I just kind of go along the edges a little. You could use a liner, but I just don't have time. You know when you haven't practiced with a liner in a while, you're like, I don't know if I know how to do this anymore. I gotta practice. I don't know if it's showing up nicely in this camera, but just adding a little bit more texture, a little bit more dimension on the eye. Okay, getting there. What do I have left to do? Blush. I love me some Dandelion from Benefit. It's just a very nice, classic neutral kind of pink. I could go more like fall colors, but I know that this color works with my skin tone, and so it's like, why fix what ain't broke, you know? I'm gonna take a little, this should be clear gel. It don't look so clear. I've had this forever. I'm gonna add a little gel to my eyebrows, just like a clear mascara. This is a brow gel, just to hold them in place, because the wind is blowing. All right, how's this hair looking? It's looking cuter. A little bit more texture. It's falling a little bit flatter, which I like. And then I just have to add some spray, and like that should be done. For mascara, I'm using Estee Lauder. This is Sumptuous Extreme in black. 01, Extreme Black. And then I have an eyelash color. So this is old. This is Color Sensational. What is this? Maybelline? Maybelline. And it is called Warm Me Up. It is a really nice neutral, mauvey, pinky, brown. I don't know, I love it. So the last part is literally just to run your fingers through it, kind of all around. Grab some spray. My favorite hair setting spray is actually from Kenra, but I've run out. And so I'm forced to use just a regular hairspray, which is not ideal because I find hairspray, it leaves like a tacky texture that's like very crisp, and I don't really want crisp, I just want movement. So what I might do actually instead is just, no, I will do that. I was gonna spray some dry shampoo, but then there's a chance that it could be like residue, so I'll just use the usual stuff. Yeah, like this little spot got a little bit flat, and I'll just check the back to make sure that it's looking all, there's movement everywhere. You just want like a little bit of fun, right? Because my hair is so short, it's not gonna be curls, it's just texture. But of course you can add the more texture in the front, so just kind of spray up. Courtney, my hairstylist, will have to tell me if I'm doing this right, but I've seen her kind of do that with curls. She sprays underneath, and I'm like, all right, let's go with this. That's it, there's my look. I will probably fiddle around with this. I am having to pick up the kids before I go out for the evening, and I did wear a button-down shirt, so I wouldn't have to go over my head and mess with my hair and my makeup, but it's gonna be like a nice fall-inspired look. I hope you enjoyed this. If I remember, because life is moving at the speed of light these days, I'll include at least a photo or a little clip of what I'm wearing tonight, but this is my finished look. I'm gonna throw on some little earrings. Good to go. And what I like about this is it's polished, it's finished. I feel like it enhances my natural face, like what I've already got going on, and I don't need to be a makeup artist to make this work, you know? So have fun with it. It's your face. Have fun with makeup, right? Who cares? One thing I forgot to do is actually put my hair behind my ear. That looks better. I was messing with the curls too much, and I don't mind if it kind of pops out on the bottom, and then it has a little texture. It's kind of a nice go-to when you're trying to grow out your pixie, and you're just like, all I want to do is cut it and shave my head, but I won't. Just let it go, let it grow, you know? But one behind the ear and then a little bit in the front, kind of moving this all forward. I think it does the trick. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.